I am a junior in Berkeley College. I'm a biology and a humanities major. For me, religion is something I think about every day. It's something that guides me. It helps me navigate my journey through life. And, you know, it provides a sense of community, gets me through hard times. And it's something that's, you know, very dear to me. One of the foundational pillars of Islam is prayer. And here at Yale, there's actually a Muslim prayer space. And I try to pray most of my prayers there. Every week we have a worship service on Fridays. And that's when basically the entire Muslim community gets together. There is a real sense of community within Islam. And here at Yale, it's actually something especially strong. And I guess probably the challenge that I face is, I guess, performing my daily prayers while at the same time managing my academic schedule, because there are 5 prayers in the day, and each prayer can be performed in a specific window of time. So, for instance, the afternoon prayer, it starts around, most of the time it starts around noon and ends at 2. So say you have a 1 p.m. class, and a 1 p.m. class would run to like 2:15 or something. You have to take that into account as you plan out your day. A lot of Muslims, you know, the way they work around that is they ask to be excused. I wouldn't say most professors and administrators know about it, and I guess that's because most Muslim students don't, I guess, openly ask and take an active stance in educating, but it's just something to be cognizant of. Probably the thing that I've had to explain most is just separating cultural practices within the Muslim world from what Islam really is. And I feel like a lot of the misconceptions that people have about Islam, such as, you know, women being oppressed, violence, things like that, they really trace back to political and cultural realities in Muslim countries, and that, you know, Islam always keeps popping up, and people keep asking, why do Muslims do this? What's the problem with Islam? I have to separate Islam from Muslims and just make sure that division is clear in their eyes.
I'm Tracy. I'm actually born in Botswana, Southern Africa. I'm a senior in Styles. So it's my last semester, I'm ready to leave.
And you're Muslim?
And I'm Muslim.
So tell me what it's like to be a Muslim at Yale.
Well, for me it wasn't just being a Muslim at Yale that I had struggles with, it was being an international Muslim at Yale. So for freshman year, I think I had struggles with being away from home and like the new country and the new values and stuff like that. Being Muslim was also difficult because internationals adjust very easily, I think, after like a semester or so. Being Muslim, you have to constantly like educate people, and so it was also hard for me throughout the whole of freshman year. In general, I think people at Yale are very understanding, they're willing to learn even if they don't know much about Islam. So I guess it was a learning experience for me to understand that people don't necessarily know anything sometimes about Islam. A lot of my suite mates knew very little. In fact, they didn't even know I was a Muslim until they saw me, because my name was a bit cryptic, I think, in that sense.
What do you want most known about your religious tradition?
I think, in general, a lot of people don't realize that Islam is an Abrahamic tradition. I even had Christian friends who had no idea that we sort of believe in Jesus. It's a religion about sort of obedience to God. It's pretty much we live our lives through struggle or whatever, just for our love of God and for the hereafter. So a lot of my decisions or my choices in life are based on that and based on like the Quran and the rulings in there. So a lot of people sort of wonder why I make certain decisions, or I stay away from parties and things like that. And so I guess I want them to realize that it's not just because like I don't like to hang out with people. It's just like my religion sort of prescribes certain etiquette. A woman, I guess, not just as a woman, but as a hijabi.
Say what hijabi means.
It's basically I wear a headscarf. I guess I'm very visual. I'm a very visual Muslim. So as soon as I walk out of my bedroom, pretty much, everyone can see and they recognize me as a Muslim. That has sometimes sort of, I think, made people a bit wary about how to approach me. But in general, people are pretty much understanding. Being a Muslim woman is pretty hard because we can't sort of socialize in the same way. I've had to explain to sort of a lot of my guy friends, oh, I don't really hug men, so please don't hug me, like you can shake my hand and things like that. So small things like that I have to explain. All of them they just laugh it off and they're just like, okay, do you understand? So in that sense it's been hard. Also living conditions, having to like people have their boyfriends over or stuff like that. At home I've just lived with my family, so I don't never have to wear hijab at home, and it's very sort of relaxing. And here I'm sort of, as soon as I leave my bedroom I'm pretty much fully dressed. So I think it's important to realize that we are just other like regular people, we just have a certain faith.